And today I'm honored to have Doris with me.
Go into nature. This is the first step to wealth and joy.
But if someone really lost the connection with their inner voice, what would you say, where can this healing begin?
This healing can begin if you start to go walking and imagine light.
And you also mention in your book, or you write down the sentence, with the word light energizes the quantum field and begins to manifest itself.
If you look at Einstein's formula, it's not only a belief, it's a fact. Energy is mass mal light energy square. And you see, the mass is surrounded with energy and light. And this is connected. And if you focus on the light, your mass is influenced, and as well your energy. This is the same pattern as you look in your life, the ancestors, the inheritance, and so on. Sometimes you have to turn back and look what happened there, which has a meaning in your life.
If you ever feel stuck, perhaps it's not your mindset that's blocked, maybe it's your energy. Because many people try to move forward in life only to find themselves circling in the same situations. They are anxious, they are overwhelmed, they are restless, or they feel, for example, scarcity in their life. But what few realize is this. And today I'm honored to have Doris with me. She's a social and life counselor, a spiritual teacher, and a Feng Shui Welth consultant. And her book, You and Your Money Smile, opens the door to a deeply truth that money is not just about numbers, it's about our own frequency. And we are communicating all the time with the quantum field. So this conversation will explore how we can transform not just our finances, but our whole identity, our energy, and also the quality of our life through presence, alignment, and the conscious design of the spaces we live in. Doris, thank you again for being here. So if someone has never ever had something to do with energy, how can this person experience energy in their daily life?
If you go into nature and feel the power of the nature, the material of the nature, you feel the surroundings, and then you can feel yourself better. If you do sports in the nature, you can breathe and you feel your power, and you come into your body. And this is the most important thing, to feel your body, to be in the present. Go into nature. This is the first step to wealth and joy. Yes.
And you also spoke about joy. That joy is so important, that you as an adult should really use that joy in your daily life. But if someone is overwhelmed with the current situation and is not joyful anymore, or is not experience a joyful life, how can this person regain the alignment, that inner child in themselves?
I think if you have a depression, or as you said, you're overwhelmed with your mental stress, it is important to talk to another person or to release blockages. You don't have to do it alone. Let yourself help. And this is the first step. And then you can learn to feel your body. If you concentrate on your body, the energy comes to you. Where you focus your mind, this comes to you. And this is very small and little and tiny in the first steps. But you go on and go on, and it becomes bigger and bigger. This is the start to yourself. You always go to yourself. You never go outside of yourself.
You also mention in your book the phrase, I give myself what I need. But if someone really lost the connection with their inner voice, what would you say, where can this healing begin?
This healing can begin if you start to go walking and imagine light. At first, sometimes it is not possible to imagine light, but you can see light. If you have the opportunity to look at a lamp or to look at the wall where the light is reflected, or you look outside, you can see the light. And if you concentrate and focus on the light, this has so much power in your brain that new connections take part. And then your whole life changes. The light is a key for life, for a precious life.
Mm-hmm. And you also mention in your book, or you write down the sentence, with the word light energizes the quantum field and begins to manifest itself. So how can someone who is new to energy work begin to understand or also feel this field in their daily life?
I think the most important is self-love, as I mentioned already. But there are only a few things which you can start. If you have this sentence, I love myself. The self is the power. The self is the light. You can imagine light in yourself behind your heart, perhaps. It is a start. I don't think it's so important to put a candle in front of you and sit in front of the candle. I think it is more important, it is important for me, perhaps for you as well, that you imagine light behind your heart. Not in the heart, behind your heart.
And why behind the heart?
Because many people get nervous when they focus on their heart. And it's not necessary to get fearful, and it's better to give space, therefore behind.
Okay, because for me, when I imagine it, I all the time let the light completely flow through my heart. You know what I mean?
Yes, this is a next step. Because many people don't dare to imagine light. And if you take a candle or a spotlight, it's easier. As you said, how can we start? This could be a good start.
So you can just see light as, for example, now we're having the light in front of our faces, and just use this light and put it into your body.
This imagination is not necessary. If you look at the light, it comes through your eyes into your body. It's no power needed.
So you can also imagine the light, because you wrote this in your book, around you, yourself, and also on your money.
It is the aura, what I'm talking about. You can imagine the aura. You know, it can be photographed by Kirlian with different colors. You can imagine different colors as well, a rainbow, and then it forms yourself. If you only think on your body in worry or what pain you have, of course we are used to it, and it is necessary to think about yourself, about your pain. But think of the light. If you focus on it, the energy goes there. And then you attract another situation, other people. This is very important to improve. If you only think on your body, nothing can change. It lasts very, very long in the material world. But in the lightful world, it's very quickly.
So you should also imagine light all around you.
Yes, it's another step to imagine it around you. because then you are more sensitive, more intuitive. What happens around you? What happens behind you? This is more important sometimes than what happens in front of you. This is the same pattern as you look in your life, the ancestors, the inheritance, and so on. Sometimes you have to turn back and look what happened there, which has a meaning in your life.
And for someone who has never experienced energy work or light work, what can the light or how can the light help this person to, for example, get rid of overthinking, staying in scarcity?
It's a feeling, and you feel released. It's not a big step. At first, it's not a big step. But when you train it, you have to focus on it. You have to trust on it. Of course, you have to believe in it. If you look at Einstein's formula, it's not only a belief, it's a fact. Energy is mass mal light energy square. And you see, the mass is surrounded with energy and light. And this is connected. And if you focus on the light, your mass is influenced, and as well your energy. And if you square it, the light, I don't know how to square it. You are multipotential mass and multipotential energy. And this is not a belief, it is a formula of Einstein. I never understood it at school, but when I'm practicing this light exercises, I can feel it, and people can feel it. In the second, the mass is influenced through the light and the energy. It's very interesting.
So you're sensing it. You can't imagine it.
At first you have to imagine it or to observe it. This is the easiest way. And then, with practice and practice, you feel it inside. It opens up. It's like a flower. If the sun comes up, it's closed, and then it opens up. And the same in your body, in your mind. It develops your spirituality.
And we also spoke about blockages before. How can it help you to get rid of blockages?
I think it's good to have the advice of an expert to help you. To feel there are so many fields of helping hands, and you can choose the best one. And if you have released the blockage, go to the next one and get help. Don't do it alone. It's good to go into a group or to make seminars or webinars. There's so many opportunities of doing webinars. And use it. Now we're in a fantastic time.
That's true, yes. And you also mentioned in your book that there is a pelvic floor experience. Can you explain how this grounds and also centers us energetically?
This is a very interesting story because the basic chakra is the chakra for wealth and anxiety. And if you close it, you are less anxious and you can preserve your money. You can save your money better. It's very interesting. If you are closed, it's like a bowl. If the bowl is closed, you can give in some fruits or some money or water and it stays there. But if the bowl is cracked, water goes away and the fruits
Getting moldy.
Yes, moldy. Yes, as you said. And if you close your basic chakra, you keep your energy, and this reflects with the money.
And how does it work for someone who has never heard about that?
You only can try the muscles keep the muscles, and this is enough. So you have to move the muscles. As you go to the toilet, you move the muscles, and this is the same movement.
So if someone is anxious or, for example, has the scarcity mindset, this person can use this exercise, and then the energy relocate and move upwards.
Yes, it stabilizes your power. If you are in danger, normally all opens. But if you shut, you're more alert and more intuitive. You're protected. This basic chakra, in our society, the basic chakra is very open. And therefore, not many people have so much money. If you go in this way, all is open, money goes away. You have to get your energy to yourself. And then you attract money. It's a great difference to close the chakra. Not with a cramp or with absolute fanatism, no. Very smooth, but conscious.
So if someone has issues, because in our society we often have a lack of money, or we think about money as scarcity. I don't want to give away my money, or I don't want to spend anything because then I have less. How can a person regain this trust, not just in themselves, because we spoke about self-love as well, but also having another relationship with money, like trusting that it will come back thousandfold, and also have this safety inside himself that money is abundant?
It's very interesting when we feel these negative thoughts, and we all know about this, that we need some backing.
What is backing?
I mean backing, a person who is in our back. It could be a person who is lively or who is dead. Perhaps your grandmother, perhaps not your mother, perhaps your grandmother. And if you imagine or you feel her in your back, you are more grounded, you're more here in this world, and you are wealthier. Because we all think we are alone, we have to do it on our own and all on ourselves, and this is half true, I think. It's good to have the ancestors in the back, to be conscious, to be aware of them, because they have been before you, and they have worked, and they have all done this to get this situation in which you are now. And this helps to get richer. It's not the same as you have a person or an alcoholic or somebody in this line. You have to release the blockages. This is very important. But don't underestimate the power of the ancestors.
Yeah, and you also wrote about that in your book, that you should really take your family tree and surround it with light.
Yeah.
And that will help you to get more money.
It's good to make a script, a life script, to see what was the thinking of your mom, of your dad, of your grandma and grandpa. How did they live? Did they have to flee? Was there a war? What happened with them? And then you see a pattern, a rich pattern or a poor pattern or something between. And then you understand your life better. And of course it's important to put light in this, but at first you have to be aware what had happened before my life.
Now I know why I have a scarcity mindset in this, for example, because I'm just taking an example, because my grandma was always holding back money, and then of course my mom was having the same pattern, and this is why I'm having it too.
Yes, it's important what they worked, how they dealt in life. It is very important. Sometimes the women were very powerful. They had been entrepreneurs, or they imagined to be, but could not, because they had two children and there was no opportunity. But she had the power. And then you have the power as well. The power becomes greater. It doesn't go away. It is in your pattern. And this you can use. And if you ask your grandma, what do you think about me? And she says, I think you are great. And this is you can be very thankful for this power. Don't do all alone in your life.
Yeah, because you said thankful and gratitude. Yeah, gratitude is a big part, or should be a big part of our lives, because gratitude doesn't just shift your mindset, it can also change your psychology. So what would you say, how can gratitude anchor us energetically and also physically and get us to more resilience?
I have a very simple example with my car. Every time when on the parking place, I knock at it and say, thank you, where you have brought me. And this is a great gift. For me, it's very interesting that my car is so important, because I can't go anywhere. And if you have a bicycle, or if you go with the metro, thank for this. And it brings you to interesting spots. I think this thankfulness is for the movement in life. Especially, it's my experience.
Yeah, for me, it's like my flat and my family members and my friends. I'm so grateful that I have them. I'm also so grateful that everything that I'm experiencing now is my life, because I would have never gotten here, which is also related to what you said, that transition, that transformation that is bringing us to a new opportunity or perspective in life.
Yes, it's a new point of view. If you have the friends, your family members, your partner, your children, it's worth to be and worth to live. And it's worth to give experiences to people. I think this is a very great gift, to what you have inside, to put it out, your potential, to put it out. And don't be scary. Try to find the right people and put it out.
And if you could speak to someone who is scary or feels blocked at the moment, what would you recommend this person to do?
It's good to talk about your story with a person, to get it out. And then you can look at the person and see, where is the blockage located? Where does it come from? And the person tells you where it comes from. And then you have to pick it up. And then it's the start. Of course, if you are full of energy, you can transform yourself, your life. And I think it's the most important thing, what I experienced in my life, the own transformation, the own light diving, I say. But it does not matter, it does not take place with the help of the others.
You need to do it alone.
It is both. The others help you, and then if you focus on your healing or on the light, it happens in yourself. But it's how do you say, it's a connection between inside and outside, of course. If you do something outside, it changes your inside life and all this, yeah.
And if you do something inside, your outer world will change too.
Yeah.
And regarding your book, what do you want that people truly integrate into their daily life?
I think this book could be a basis for a new awareness or consciousness with money. And then there are many intelligent people who can develop systems, money systems. This is not my task. My task is to give a basis for a new consciousness of money. Because I think there are so many systems which are very important and very easy and could help us in a great way. This is already here, but it is the need of people who develop it. As we have Bitcoin or this currency, this digital currency, but this is very complex and not easy to handle for people who are not connected with internet. There could be many easier systems, but you need another basic information about money. If you take money now in your hands or the credit cards, you can feel what cruelty sometimes is in there, or sadness. And if we change it with the light, it transforms and it explodes in a great light way, in joy. And you get more money, you get a gift money, or it's very, very interesting what happens then. And this is my task or my aim with this book. At first I thought it would stand in the library, and in 100 years somebody will take it out. But it happens now. People read it now. And this is very good because we need it.
Yeah. Because money and self-worth and self-love are connected.
Yes. I have so many friends, especially one girlfriend. She has only €1 when it is the 22nd of a month. Only €1. Can you imagine? And she asked her, what do you eat? I eat potatoes and rice. I have something in my kitchen. Yeah, it's a good experience, but she said, but for me, I thought, how could you learn more? And with no money, money is fun, money is creation, money is creativity. Yes, it is health.
Yeah.
This system should be changed. This is my aim.
Yeah, because when you have more money, you can also gift yourself other things. You can buy yourself flowers, for example, whenever you want. And flowers, for example, for me, make me super happy. Or you can also, as I said, book seminars. You can go to doctors that are private, and you can do so much more when you have more money. And this is why money, as you said, is so important.
Yes, it is a basic of our life. And as we know, in other countries, there are different systems and it works. And if many people think in this way, there could be a change in the consciousness, in the awareness. But we need this higher level. We need a higher level, more energy for a new system. In our consciousness now, it's not enough to create a new system. It should be a person with more energy in the brain and in the heart, connecting. And perhaps with the spirituality as well.
And I think this would be a perfect end. Why is the heart and the brain so important, this connection?
If you are connected, you can feel what happens around you. And you can feel who you are. But if you're only in your mind, it's terrible, because the mind is always, and most of the time, quarreling. And this quarreling stops if you connect it with the heart. The heart is super intelligent, and it is the power of the future, the connecting, because then you are connected with the light and with the quantum field, where we come from.
So can you explain, because you mentioned it at that moment, the connection between the quantum field and the light and how it can help us?
The light is a bridge to the quantum field because it comes from the quantum field. It's the source over a bridge. If you are not on the other side, we have to go. And if we imagine the light, we are connected. We are on the other side. If we don't imagine the light and the space or feel it, we are in the material world only. It's perfect. You can live your life the whole time only in the material world. But change and growth and peace, what we need, is hidden in the quantum field.
So if you want to enter the quantum field, you can use the light to get out from the 3D world to the 5D world, to the quantum field. So the light, as you mentioned, is the bridge that brings you from your current reality to the new reality you want to experience.
You remember who you are. It's not that it's you. It is inside us. It's our source. It's our source. And we have to dare to live with this spiritual source, to live a new life, to live a new community, better possibilities, a better life. It's the time now.
So if you want to have a better life, use the light to go to the quantum field and change it there.
Yes, if you think about the light, the quantum field already works within you.
And Dr. Joe Dispenza says the most important state is the state when you are in the quantum field, because from there only magic happens.
Yes, this is right. I'm very much connected with him. And the change is within you. If you are present, this is enough to be part of the change. And if you put light in there, it's quicker. And you see what you're capable of.
So again, being present is super important to be able to go for the things you desire.
It's the most important thing. To be here, that the energy focuses on you. If you are outside, the energy is in any place. You don't need.
Yeah. And if you are in the head,
you're outside.
Yeah, because you're worrying and you are not feeling your whole body.
Yes. The best example is sports. If you do sports, you're feeling much better. You can eat better. And this is because of the presence.
So what are your last words? What would you recommend a person to do if the person is stuck in the head or if the person doesn't know what to do with their life?
If you're stuck, go to another person, an expert who can help you, or to the seminars or webinars, as I already said, and to go outside in nature, to do sports, let help take place. Do sports, things you like and love, have an aim in your life. What do you want to live? What wants to go out of you? And live this. And if you have some space, think about the light. The light helps you. It's very, very easy, very comfortable. Imagine it, and then you feel it.
So again, thank you for being my guest for today's episode. Is there anything else you want to share with the community?
Believe in yourself and do what you like and what you wish and what your intuition says. Believe in your intuition. This is very important because it's the key of your love and your life.
Yeah. So thank you again, and thank you for tuning in today. All the best, your Alex.